I've dragged my saplings across. This is kind of traffic control with these cruising bucks. When these bucks are cruising, they're going to take the path of least resistance, and I'm banking for them to go right through there because right up the hill up there is my stand.
Welcome to our channel. My name is Annie. Shooting, fishing, and outdoors. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Good job. Kansas City. Alright guys, welcome back. We are here in Kansas. We are getting some gas and we're about to head out to the farm. Got a little bit of work done yesterday evening. We got here early enough and actually got more done yesterday than I was expecting. Goal for today, finish putting out cameras, getting fresh batteries in all our cameras. I got one stand in particular that I've got to get hung. It's kind of learned last year. It's where I shot my buck last year. It's a really good area, good rut area, kind of a rut funnel. But I just, as good of an area as it is, I didn't have that stand in the right tree. So I got to go kind of look at that area and figure that out. That's kind of number one goal for today. Hey guys, all right, I'm gonna show y'all what I just did. This is the area where I shot my buck last year. Right. Well, here he is. Call this buck bone saw. Boy, he's nice. I said then, it's a great area, but I didn't have the right tree picked. I think I do now, and I'm going to show you guys what we have here for this setup. All right, we are in Kansas, and man, one thing I've discovered, we're in eastern Kansas. This area over here, this is kind of like some isolated cedars. These deer out here love to bed in and around these cedars. It's kind of the thickest cover they have. It does a few things. One thing, it creates shade for them. So during the daylight, I feel like they move around a little bit better down here in these shady spots. But the other thing too, it kind of keeps them out of the wind whenever it starts getting cold. But I was going to show y'all, basically this area right here, there's a little transition area right up here between a cedar thicket over here, down here, and then back here. And this trail right here, basically what you have, I'm on a trail right here, and then there's another trail coming up out of there that comes up, and then they kind of converge right down here. I'm going to show you what we got. All right, so right here, this is kind of the main trail where they like to go through. What I have done, I've cut some little saplings for some shooting lanes for my stand. So what I did, they also like to go right through there and right through there. Well, I've dragged my saplings across. This is kind of traffic control with these cruising bucks. So could they go across there? I mean, yeah, they'd have to hop over it, but when these bucks are cruising, they're going to take the path of least resistance, and I'm banking for them to go right through there because right up the hill up there is my stand. All right, so right up there is my stand, and guys, it is like 15 feet off the ground. But the reason I have it like that is because in these cedars, if you get up too high, you can't shoot up under there. So I tried to find a tree with some good canopy and where I could still make a lane here and shoot, but this is my main one right here. So with my traffic control, when they come right through here instead of down there, hopefully I can get a shot. All right, another good little shot of my stand. And like I said, I know I'm not far off the ground, but I'm just gonna have to be real still. I left some of these limbs around me. I'm hoping that those leaves are still on early November whenever I'm here. when those leaves go, boy, I am going to be pretty exposed. So hopefully they'll stay on there long enough to help me out. But the other thing too here, I got my stand. So east is that way, and when the sun comes up in the morning, the sun's not going to be in my face. So that was another consideration with this stand. I didn't want to be looking into the sun or have the sun directly shining on me in this spot. So I'm on the west side of this tree up here, and I will be in the shade in the mornings, which, you know, that's the main time I'm gonna be hunting the spot. But anyway, yeah, there's my setup. Pretty excited about that spot. And like I said, right down the hill, and then right over here is where I shot bone saw last year. So yeah, just a good area. I'm gonna leave a camera and hopefully give me some daylight intel, and we'll see what we get on camera. All right, so I got a camera right here on this crossing, and we'll see if we're getting any action here. All right, guys, this spot here, this is a ditch that kind of runs up out of the bottom. Further down the hill, it's pretty steep, but up here at the top, there's two spots where these deer will cross. This spot here, it's a really good, it's like a transition zone between two bedding areas. So this is one of those spots. It's a little less intrusive, I guess you could say. I can hop in right off the field edge here, and I got about a 30-yard walk down the hill, and I can hop in the stand here. And it's about a 30-yard shot to that crossing, and then there's another crossing right here that's a little closer. Let me show you guys. All right, so yeah, so here's this this ditch. So yeah, it almost, you can kind of see here. See how steep it gets down through there, and guys, there are rocks all the way. I mean, I bet you down, I don't know, 80 yards, it's like that. But more times than not, what I see is a lot of times they'll come up out of the bottom and come right through here, and they cross right here on this little section right here. And like I said, there's another bedding area back up there, and then the stand that I just hung that's pretty much in the thicket is back that way. So this is a good little area that's not as intrusive. So, you know, I'm gonna be here like November 5th through the 16th. That, you know, November 5th, 6th, 7th, this is a kind of spot that I'm gonna hunt probably those first few days. But then once it gets past, say the 11th, then I'm gonna be hopping in the bedding area and getting in there with them. But anyway, yeah, this little spot here, they're crossing here, and then if you look, here's my stand right there. I'll show you, and then there's another little crossing right up here. So yeah, they also will cross right through here. It's a little flat spot, and I kind of hope they don't cross there. It's a little bit more steeper angle with my shot, but I mean, it's literally 15 yards right there. So anyway, that's two of my stands. Well, what I'm doing, I have a camera here. Let me show you. So I have one of my cell cameras here, just watching it and doing like a 3-burst shot. So anything that comes through here, I'll get a shot of it. And it gives me an idea, okay, are they using this at all during daylight? Let me talk about this spot right quick. This is kind of like a little oak flat, but it's more than that. It's kind of another one of those little transition zones between bedding areas. It's not as much of a pinch as the other spot I showed you on the ditch, but this is a kind of more of a, it's almost like a, I want to say observation set, because it is high percentage. There's oaks here. There's typically a rub line through here, and I see it. I see a big rub right there. But it's kind of a travel corridor between two like known bedding areas. There's a cedar thicket there. There's a cedar thicket down there, and this is kind of like a little flat that connects the two. And I got a stand right there and a camera here, just kind of getting intel. It's funny, there was a little buck. This little buck just traveled through here like minutes before we got here, and he just snorted and ran off. But let me show you this spot. All right, there's my stand up there. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Yep. Did a little two-man in case a buddy wants to video or anything. Anyway, there's that stand. I was going to show y'all these rubs. These are almost always rubs here. Come here, buddy. Let me show you these rubs. So one thing too, I'll say this: there's no substitute for boots on the ground. We have all these kind of preconceived notions of what we think the deer are going to do, or setting up based on history. But ultimately, you need to get your boots on the ground and get in here and see. And sure enough, there's a rub line going down here, and I can about guarantee you he's bedding whatever deer this is. I think I know what buck this is. But I'll show you this rub here. He's been rubbing on that one. We'll follow this little rub line down. But a lot of times that rub line will go on this a little flat here that connects over to another bedding area on the north side of the property up here. Oh boy, he has worked this one over. Look at this. I think he was mad at that one. Holy cow, that's a good rub. Alright, I'm gonna keep walking here. Just see. I guarantee you let's find where he's crossing. I mean, also too, guys, it is a bumper crop of acorns this year. Good for the deer, but it makes it a little hard to pattern it. See, look, here's his track. Here's his track right there. But it's just acorns everywhere. I mean, yeah, so this is kind of classic here. So this is the neighbor's property over here. Big cedar thicket. But they're crossing. It's a little low spot in the fence here. All right, here's one of my other stands here. So there is a big ravine, big ditch going down into the bottom there. And just like that other spot, up here at the top, it flattens out. And boy, they cross right through here. That's just some little bitty small rubs here, so definitely they're using this. So we're gonna go over here. There's Acorn's red oaks over here, and we're gonna see if they're eating these red oaks. I know they are. So guys, just so y'all know, it is a bumper crop this year of acorns. These some red oaks here. Big, pretty red oak tree. But, I mean, there's acorns everywhere. So, FYI. What's that right there, buddy? It's a deer scrape. Yeah, y'all check out the scrape. It is huge. And there's another one right there. But guys don't have your cameras on scrapes right now, you're missing out. Man, these bucks are working these scrapes really good. This probably this next, well, up until around Halloween. So get your cameras on scrapes. Alright guys, we're on tube patrol. Yeah, it's Saturday, October the 25th, and we got here Thursday afternoon, and we did a lot of work. We actually got a lot done that afternoon. And then yesterday, on the stand that I was needing to hang in a good spot, and we got all the cameras out. And now it's Saturday. It's been raining all day, and it's finally starting to kind of settle down. We're in the blind. It's about, 3:30, 4 o'clock. It should be a good afternoon. We are on doe patrol. Hopefully a doe will come out. Yesterday evening, a group of 4 came out. We got them on camera. And I'm hoping those same 4 will come out today, and I'll try to pick out the biggest one and shoot it. But, also too, even after if I get a shot at a doe, I'm going to sit here because on the way over, we saw an absolute giant with a doe out in the field. It's early, it's October 25th, but he was out in the field with a doe, so it tells me that she must have came in early. Holy cow. Is he already with a doe? Jeez. And boys, that's why we come to Kansas. Holy cow. Anyway, October 25th, we're going to see if we can get a doe on the ground. I'm trying out these new, the Sever Hybrid 1.5s. I'm excited to see what they can do on a doe. We're going to try to get it on video. I got my buddy here. He's going to be running the camera. So, fingers crossed, we can get it done. Watch her. She's down right there. Yeah, she fell right there. That was fun. Yeah, it's not red. That's that buck that we got on camera. He's nice. Do you think if he comes close, will you shoot him? Well, he's not worried about food right now. He's making scrapes. Yeah, he's a nice buck. Sure. Yeah. I wish I had my grunt call. I didn't bring it. It's a nice buck, but it's hard to shoot that buck whenever you got red over here. Yeah, he's making scrapes. You see him? I do. Oh my gosh. Can you see him? He's nice, isn't he? It's a nice buck. He'd probably a year amount. Yeah, I probably would. I can tell you, if he come up here and gave me a chip shot, it would be hard to say no with you, especially with you being here with me. It'll be insane. It will. Cool. Did you see him pretty good? Yes, I see him. Alright guys, we waited till it was dark, just in case something else came out, and we actually saw one of our shooter bucks and then a 2-year-old, but that mature buck didn't come in range, but Here's my arrow. It is covered in blood. And yeah, that sever looks like it is in good shape. There she is. I actually didn't even try to pick up the blood trail. I saw her fall over here, but we got a complete pass through, and she didn't make it out of the field. Nice doe. All right, there's a. Oh, well that sever did a number on her. All right, awesome. All right, guys, it is Sunday, October 26th. We got an early start this morning, and we are headed back to Alabama. Had a good trip, quick trip. Did everything we really needed to do as far as getting prepped for my trip in November. Got a doe, and we saw some bucks too. Saw one of our mature bucks out of the stump blind yesterday. Watched a little 2-year-old 8-point feed. Anyway, good trip. We're headed home.
God bless each and every one of you. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Shore and Fishing and Outdoors channel. Catch you on the next one, dude.